My garage here has just basically been abused for the last couple of months with motorcycles coming in and out. Motorcycle parts laying around everywhere. I've kind of just said, you know, it's gonna be warm someday soon, and when it finally gets warm is when I'll clean the garage. Right now, the only car in here is the RX-7. The Model Y also sits in here because it needs to charge. Shout out to electric cars. But before we do all of that, I do have a few goals. We need to do a whole bunch of rearranging in order to fit all of my motorcycles, cars, and be able to actually work on my vehicles. Now the Model Y sits here, but on the far side, there's actually a decent amount of space to park about 4 motorcycles. If you guys remember flashback to last year, I had the RX-7, the Corvette, the workspace, as well as like 5 bikes parked there. You know what, at night or when the car needs to charge, rainy days, whatever it is, the car can come in, but other than that, during the daytime, this wall will basically be easily accessible to the garage, so I can move my bikes in and out. Let's work our way around the garage and attack one corner at a time, and I think that's going to be the easiest way. Attacking this garage and then attacking the shop is probably the way I want to go with things, because I can bring some of the bikes in here, take the cars out, and be able to have some room to work around there. Basically clearing this whole corner out and then having maybe 3 or 4 bikes that I'm actively riding right here. I also would like to finish hanging up my posters on the wall. So there's gonna be the Batman poster there. And then maybe adding something else right here, some motorcycle stuff, some car stuff, whatever it is. I want this corner here to kind of be like my motorcycle gear corner. Most of the time when I'm riding, I'd like to have the bikes I'm riding right here, so having all of my gear, like my gloves and helmets there, is going to make things a lot easier. I think one thing I'm going to consider here is just buying some new basic tools to keep over here. Basically keeping this clear of all the fluids and stuff. Just having basic tools here for whatever I need. But in this corner, I'm thinking about putting a detail cabinet. Well, I detail them up here, I have water up here, so I have no reason to have any detail equipment down in the other shop. Basically just transforming this corner back into a work area for my cars, but doing it a little bit better than I have in the past. Now the shop is really close to where I want it to be. There's a small few things that I want to do in here, basically just to increase storage. So with all that said, let's pull everything out of the other garage and get to work. This is going to be a couple of week process going through everything. So I kind of messed up. It's been a little while since I picked up this video. I just pulled the Miata out. I got the RX-7 still parked here, been driving that a little bit, but we have this whole corner to go through. The good thing is the floors are clean, right? All the winter nonsense is out. I can just make a quick sweep and that'll be fine if I really need to. But I have a motorcycle taken apart here. I got tires for a BMW here. I got a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't need to be here. And now I gotta figure out how to get all of this stuff either up onto the walls or just back off and in the garbage, wherever it needs to go. So the garage is starting to come together, but there's one important thing, and that's this box right here. This box is sent to us by our friends over at FLEXIMOUNT. Thank you to them for sponsoring this video, and let's unbox this key piece here that's gonna help keep me organized. So we got our garage ceiling storage. I'm thinking about putting it right here, and this will help me kind of get all of this stuff off of the ground. I did organize it one time, but I piled it back up here just to have it here so I can get it up and out of the way. Not sure how much is gonna make it up, but a story for a different time. So obviously we have everything that we need. We have all the cables, the cords, everything. I'm going to read this installation guide here. And what we're going to do is we're going to simply put it together. What I'm gonna do before is do a little bit of measuring. If I can get it here, I think I'll have a little bit more space. But before that, I want to talk about the sponsor of this video, that being FLEXIMOUNT, where I got this storage rack from. FLEXIMOUNT is a US-based company that is dedicated to provide effortless storage and organizing solutions for your home and garage. Their products are highly rated on Amazon, they are highly trusted for their quality and their innovation, and their best-selling product are their garage racks. So today we have the GL1 storage rack to install. The very first thing that I wanted to do was just unbox everything and take it out. The one thing I was immediately surprised about was the attention to detail. Not only was there a cardboard cutout to make everything super easy to mount up to the wall, but also it came with the tape. And attention to detail like that is not something you usually see. So I have to appreciate it when I see it. The very first thing we did was hang up the layout. I decided to move it a little further back so I had more space for everything I wanted. Then the next step was to use the layout to hang up the brackets, and I decided to put the bar in right away. The mechanism for raising and lowering was in this bar, and it basically just slips into each corner, and then I attached the brackets to the other side. Then you take the cables out of the bags, feed them through to the other end, and then start assembly of the base. There's these little L bolts that basically clamp down the cage to the outer bracket, and then after you attach those, you have the final base complete and attach it all to the wires that are hanging. And just like that, the install has been completed. I had to pull the bikes in last night, and obviously these can't be here because a car needs to be here. I also pulled the BMW in, but we gotta get 2 cars back into this garage, which should be pretty easy. But first, we gotta start putting some stuff up there, and let me show you how it works. Obviously, firstly, I gotta move the bikes out of the way. Now that's a bike I haven't shown yet, and the race bike doesn't matter, but I don't need to move the bikes out of the way necessarily in order to use it, but you know, they're in the way. You can choose where you want to lower it up to and whatnot, so let me demonstrate. It works really easily, really simply. So you take this, you put it in here, you undo the lock somehow. If we can pull it this way, and it's unlocked. Then we hook it into here, and I believe we rotate it clockwise. And this did come with a handle, if you wanted to use the handle that it came with. And if you rotate it this way, it goes up. If you rotate it this way, it comes down. Now, if you don't want to do this manually, you can also hook up a drill to it. It's up to you. It rotates and cranks a little slow because, well, it holds a lot of weight. So if you have a bunch of weight on it, it doesn't take much effort to roll it up. So I'm just gonna use the drill. You just take the open face of the drill and you can just hook it up to the bottom of this. See, if I had wanted to leave the bikes underneath it, I could have. I did set it up a little uneven and I need to fix that right now. Could demonstrate it by putting myself up there, but I'm not going to. If this video hits enough likes, I'll throw my Grom up there. I think the Grom should qualify for the weight. But for now, I'm simply just gonna get my wheels off the ground, so everything will be organized right here, and we'll have all the space back that I wanted. For now, that's kind of all I want to put up here. At some point, there'll definitely be more stuff, but having this off of the ground freed up so much room in that corner there. Definitely gonna keep the garage much more organized. I'm fortunate to have a lot of space. If you don't have a lot of space in your garage, I've seen people throw like snow blowers and stuff on these things. So if you are someone who's looking for some space and you know you have some overhead room, great option here. And just like that, the wheels are off the ground, and I mean, honestly, not even noticeable. Like if you don't have space, this is a great option. You know, wheels are off the ground. It doesn't take up the wall. You know, obviously you can go higher with this. If I didn't stack those wheels that high, I could have gone even higher up. The higher you stack it, the lower it's gonna sit. Obviously, that's common sense. But we're really close to getting this garage to where I want it to be. This corner, I mean, we touched it before, but I just gotta reorganize everything with all the time that's passed. I mean, it happens, right? Things stack up, and honestly, I'll be at a really happy point. Unfortunately, a gust of wind came through and it took down the poster that was here. I want to get this poster back up at some point or another, and there were a few more sitting here, but I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the helmet situation, and that's a problem for a different time. Now, coming into my side office here, we're gonna quickly run over to my other storage where all of my stuff is, but just wanted to show you guys something really cool. Right here is all of the first drop of all of the stuff from the Vintage Racing Club. VRC, you guys see me wearing this shirt right here. Well, we got house tees officially live on our website. We got small, medium, large, black, and white currently out. This tank also needs to get out of here, as well as this. But the plan, like I said before, all the running bikes, the race bike, just line them up here, because I can easily take them out. There's more space on this side than there is on this side. And I can also tuck the car, whatever car is sitting here, a little bit further that way. It might seem like the bikes are tucked super far out, but if you do look at it this way, that's the garage entrance. The only thing that really sticks out is this bike's mirror, and I can, well, afford to bring it that way a little bit, which is what I'll do right now. Motorcycles take up such little space that it doesn't even matter. You can hide them, 4 of them into a corner like that and not even be stressed. All right, so we've got the Miata inside, got the race bike here. Like I said, I can literally fit my dirt bike right there if I really wanted to, or I have all of this real estate in the back here. Small cars for the win, because I mean, I could fit 3 bikes here and still have more than enough room to access this. But another cool thing I wanted to show for you guys who have Broncos, Miatas, Jeeps, whatever it is, if you did want to use this as a hardtop hanger, you actually can. So obviously hardtops are very kind of bulbous and awkward to hold, very hard to do, especially rear hatches on Broncos or Jeeps, but you can actually attach them to the bottom of this. I obviously didn't center mine because I don't plan to do this. We're gonna do a different hardtop holder for my Miata because I don't take it on and off a lot. It was sitting on the ground, so I just said, you know, I'm gonna throw it on the car for now. I have been dailying this thing, so I enjoy having the roof down in the summertime. Obviously, this is a race car, so it needs the hardtop, but yeah, you can hang the hardtop from that, and I thought that's a pretty cool thing. Now, obviously, there's still a little bit of work to be done, but I'm still trying to bounce back and forth of where I want to put my detail stuff. Got the Grom tuck there. Don't love it there. It's not going to stay there, but pulled the BMW inside just to show for reference how much space there actually is between these bikes and the car. During the winter time, the Tesla is going to have to sit inside just because electric cars don't like the cold, but also this car needs to be accessible, needs to move in and out because the Tesla needs to charge in here. Now, it doesn't necessarily need to be inside to charge. It does reach outside, but for a convenience factor, it's just easier to have the car sit here. But usually the car is okay sitting outside even during the summertime. Now, we got everything kind of organized down there. For right now, I'm just going to keep this kind of my detail slash workshop area for my car stuff. A lot of that stuff is gonna be moved, cleared out. That cabinet needs to go. Perhaps if you guys show enough love on this video, we can get FLEXIMOUNT to send one of their cabinets out. Holding all my detail stuff in a cabinet here would be cool because, well, the water's up here. So anytime I detail the car, I think I said this earlier in the video, and I considered moving my detail stuff down there at one point, it's just easier to have the detail stuff here because the water, the pressure washer, the power, everything is going to be washed up here anyways. So there's not a point to bring it down into the other shop where I'm just going to be hauling it back and forth. I already have that issue with tools because I work on my bikes down there, the tool chest is down there, so I probably should consider getting a second tool chest, but we'll see that later. This is where it was last year, and I'm happy to get back here after a chaotic winter and springtime. Can finally have my cars inside. Obviously, the cars don't look as cool if they're not facing both outwards like this, but this car ideally should be faced this way, and the Grom should be somewhere else, so you can walk and access this side easily, and you can walk and access this side easily, and you're not trying to fight the cars and there's no risk of hitting another car. There's a really big reason why I wanted to get this done so quickly. That reason is we have a new car. Yeah, I bought a new car after over a year. That car needs a lot of detailing, it needs a little bit of work, so we need to have some space and some move around ability in the garage once again, and we have that finally, and I'm very happy that the garage is set up where it is. When you're trying to get things done, organized chaos is fantastic, but it gets to the point where it's too much, and it was too much, so we're back. With all of that being said, if you guys are not subscribed already, make sure to go down and subscribe, leave a like on this video, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.